Pan-Africanist, EUC Kwana. He said, people free themselves or they're not free. Nobody frees anybody. So I think what's important to understand in the reparations conversation is that when we're talking about the objective being the liberation of African people, that's not going to happen through reparations. No one's going to hand us liberation. So I think any sort of reparations movement has to understand that the ultimate objective isn't to sit around and hope that one day we're going to get the type of reparations that the community needs to liberate the community. That work has got to be done in the community by the people within the community. The American government is not going to do anything to liberate Black Americans. Europe is not going to give any type of reparations to liberate Africa or the Caribbean. And the other part that's important to understand about the reparations discussion as well, I think Umar is correct in the sense that reparations at one point was part of the Pan-African movement. So Pan-Africanists were at the forefront of the reparations discussion. I think reparations has become mainstream to the point where it's watered down the reparations movement. We spoke on the platform before about the neo-colonialists in the Caribbean leading the reparations demand in the Caribbean. And the problem with that is you have a reparations movement in the Caribbean being led by leaders who are very willing to sell out, their own people to foreign interest. I spoke specifically about Gaston Brown in Antigua and Barbuda. He's completely stripping the land rights of the people of Barbuda so that foreign investors can go and essentially take control of an island where African people have collective ownership over their land. So that's a situation where what does reparations look like if the reparations struggle is being led by a man who's willing to sell Black land to foreign investors? And ADOS, FBA, it's the same type of approach. It's the same type of mentality of having a reparations movement being led by very reactionary, people, the type of people who are, actively trying to create division within the African community, speaking out against Pan-African revolutionary thought. So that's the other thing to be mindful as well with reparations, that if we're not careful, the reparations movement is going to be taken over by reactionary elements that are actually seeking to keep African people oppressed by neocolonialism.